Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Madam Sarah, let me just open the floor before I bring you. In.
That's fine.
So I want to say good afternoon to everyone. I can see Emmanuel. I can see Pace. I can see Tony. Every other person that are in the chat. Welcome. So the idea of us putting together this series is to empower businesses to actually get the knowledge and the information that they need to be able to drive growth for their businesses. And so this is one of many series that we'll be having. As a matter of fact, we've already booked the speaker for the next series, which we did solely on tax. But today we want to focus on human resources because to build any great business, you need people to drive that vision. And the first person in that business is you, the business owner. For as you begin to bring other people to join you in trying to build that business, you need to be able to understand what are the things that you need to put in place, what are the structure that you need to put in place. First, to attract the right people to come and work with you, and then subsequently to be able to retain those people and build a business that is sustainable. Today I have a former colleague and someone that's dear to my heart. I believe that Madam Sarah is the best person to take us through this particular session that we're going to have. And I want everyone to bring out your have notepads beside you because there's a lot that you're going to learn from this session. And the reason why we decided to bring Madam Sarah on board is because she has worked across multiple industries from technology, real estate, security, and so she understands the nitty-gritty of how to structure human resource systems across different industries. And outside that, she's also certified with the relevant certifications, both locally and internationally. And having said that, I want us to, if you can type in the chat, just say, welcome, Madam Sarah. If you cannot type, I just want to see maybe some emoji, thumb up emoji to let me know that you are connected on this call. Okay, so Madam Sarah, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Precious. My name is Sarah Bankole. I'm fine with just Sarah. I'm okay with just Sarah. I'm a certified HR professional globally and also Nigeria-wise. It's good to have everyone on board, and I'm excited. I love to help small SMEs business generally. I like it. I like to grow with them. It's something of excitement, so it's a privilege to be here. So we're going to dive in, but we have a whole lot of activities. Please pardon me. A whole lot of activities that I want us to engage in. I want it to be more practical than just talking. So it's fine. Please permit me to also call your names. Please, I need you to help me respond when I ask questions. So please permit me. So I'm going to start in now. But we're speaking about HR systems and structures, and that's very key to every organization, personnel, because every asset of the business is personnel. If you, as the CEOs or as the business owners, you alone can't do the job, you alone cannot do the job. So you usually need personnel. Your people are your assets. You have the idea, which is very great. I'm going to be sharing my slides afterwards, but I just want us to dive into activities. So if you'll permit me, should I start with Mr. Precious or Mr. Emmanuel? But I have questions that I would like us to work on together so that we can understand each other along the line. But please permit me, it's going to be more of activities. So please, I want to beg ahead. Thank you very much. Now, so let me speak to Mr. Emmanuel. What's your take on HR generally? What do you think about HR in an organization, in a business? What do you think about it, Mr. Emmanuel?
Okay. Thank you, Madam Sarah. Well, from my point of view, I think HR is a very crucial role in a company that helps to source for talent, for the right talent, to at least to keep the company moving forward. Just let me use that word from my point of view.
Thank you very much. That's a very good one. Thank you so much. I just want us to have a good idea, and which you have. I'm going to speak to another person again. Luba Batu, please pardon me. I beg you, please pardon me. Can you just speak to us on what you understand about HR so we can just push further? Okay, I'll just move to another person. Hi, Johnson Tulokwe, please, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for that. Please, I just want you to just speak to me on HR. What do you just understand by it? Please, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you. In case you're speaking.
Okay, just joining, but from my phone number, I feel it's the department that employs and issues the me.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I got that. Thank you very much. Yes, I did.
Hello?
I got your views. I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, so I just joined in. So, from my own phone
I got
knowledge, I
you.
believe the HR is a department in the company that helps in hiring and equipping the company for appropriate personnel to work.
Thank you very much. That's a very good one. Thank you, everyone that has answered. Please, along the line, we're still going to do activities, please, so we can be aligned together. HR is very, very important to every business, like every one of us has said. The department plays a crucial role in managing the employees, not just the employees, ensuring compliance, also fostering a positive workplace culture for everyone to contribute to the organization's success. We need to understand that HR helps. If you have a goal as a business owner, your goal is to generate revenue of $100 million. So that's your goal as the employer. You cannot do it alone. You have the idea, you have the brilliant idea, the great idea to do it. Yeah, but it's not like you cannot do it, but it's going to be a lot of work for you to do. So that's why you need an HR person coming into that space for you. Now, once your HR comes, the person is expected to help you put your employees, get the right people on board, ensure that everyone is doing their job, do your organogram and every other thing. No matter how small your business, even if your business is it's just you alone as a business owner, it does not stop you from setting up your HR processes and policies. What that will do for you is it gives you a guide, a foundation to where you're going to and to the future. It's different now. The HR of now is different. It's more of the business. It's more of the people as well. So it's not just people. Let me tell you how people will translate to your increment and salary. It's going to help you to. So if you have a goal, now your marketing person, the HR helps you to get a marketing person. The marketing person is placed on a target. And don't forget your goal is 100 million naira. You have a marketing person that is going to, you've told him your target for this month is 100 million naira. We've communicated that to them. HR has done that already. It now takes the person, the marketer, the HR now starts, what's your target? This is your target. Can we break that for you? We'll start breaking it down, give you your job description, put up your processes and all of that. That's how important HR is to every business. Now, so we already understand the importance of that HR again. So that's fine. If I am the employer, my next question is, I want every one of us to just have a few questions. I have a few questions again. I want to move that. Do you have a goal for your business? For your business that you're currently running, do you have a goal? If yes, what is your goal? Please, you can help us answer the question. Do you have a goal for your organization? If yes, what is or what are your goals? Anybody that wants to answer for us? I don't know if Toyin is available to answer. Toyin Rufai. My question again is, do you have a goal for your business? If yes, what is your goal? Anybody there to answer the question, please? Anyone? Toyin, Temitope? Do you want to go? Okay, Manuel, thank you very much. Thank you for volunteering. Please go ahead to speak.
Okay. So, like I said earlier, so my goal as HR officer in my organization, I think it's to attract the right people for the right roles, and also to take the necessary decisions to reduce turnover rate, and also to identify skill gaps, and also to provide learning opportunities that helps to foster employees' growth while on the job.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. But I'm going to ask you a question again. Do you want since as an HR person, do you have the goal? Do you know the goal of your organization?
Yes.
Okay, can you speak to it, please, in a minute, please?
Okay, so the goal of my organization is at least to be able to solve business problems, as it is a consulting firm, and also to be able to also to ensure performance links directly to client goals.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll go to Toyin. I'm going to come back to you, Emmanuel. Thank you for your answer. Hi, Toyin.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you. Can you please go up?
So my goal for my business as a fashion person, a fashion business, my major goal is to achieve my brand visibility. Like
Okay.
I want my brand to be visible. So from there, I can achieve the other goals by selling. Sorry, please, I'm distracted.
No, it's fine. I got that. Brand visibility, that's your goal. So that's fine. I got that, Toyin. So does anybody want to speak further before we just... So please just have in mind, we're just trying to build on some foundation. We've not moved in yet. So I'll start with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you have a very good goal, and that's why everyone had to ask you your goal, where you're working at, what's the goal. It's very critical to understand the goal of the business we work with. It would help you to align all of your processes, all of your strategies, and your HR goals to the business. So if your business goal, for instance, you are a consulting business, and your goal, the business goal is to solve solutions for business, bring solutions, increase revenue for business, set up processes for businesses. That's your own company's goal. Your own goal as an HR is to align your whatever you have, the talent acquisition, the recruitment, all of that, align it to ensuring that everybody has that mindset. The people that you're bringing in understand the culture of your business, because your goal is also going to translate into your culture. It's going to translate into your vision. It's going to translate into your mission, right? So you need to start breaking it down. The business goal is to empower small businesses, right? Your HR goal should be that attract best talent that have the same mindset as your goal. If you know what the error is. If my goal now, your goal that you've already said, it's let me use Toyin's own. Toyin said brand visibility. That's our goal. You as the HR person, Your own is, you will not bring in someone that does not, you will not bring someone that is a marketer, that is not interested in fashion. The person is not interested in fashion, the person is interested in technology, and you're bringing that person that is not interested in fashion to a fashion house, person that is not interested in fashion, but you're bringing the person into a fashion house. Do you think the person will be able to work well? No, the person will feel like, this is not my goal, this is not my passion, I don't have passion for fashion. You don't have passion for fashion, but why are you there? That's why I'm saying we need to understand the role of HR. Because if the HR brings a wrong person into the organization, into a fashion house, don't you say that goal is brand visibility, and I want to recruit a marketer for her, and I'm bringing someone that has never been into the fashion space and is also not interested in fashion, the person will not do anything. He will not know how to communicate. And you know the implication of that. The person would not go out for business. The person will not market the fashion house because he's not interested. So the person is not going to market it. What the person is going to do is, let me just be there. And the goal for towing a business is 20 million naira this month. My marketer cannot go for marketing because he's not interested. Do you think the marketer will be able to bring that 20 million to reach towing's target? Would the person be able to meet up the target of 20 million? Is there anybody that's giving me an answer, please?
Sorry, I didn't get that, ma.
So I'm asking a question. I asked a question. My question is, your towing has a fashion house, and their goal is brand visibility or brand awareness. Yes. If I do brand visibility, if towing pushes more on brand visibility, it will bring increase in revenue for the business, right? Because people will know your brand. Your brand is visible to everyone. They want to come and do business with you. Now you have an HR person, right? You have an HR person, but the HR person wants to recruit someone for you, a marketer for you that will drive your goal, brand visibility. I'm asking a question. If the marketer I'm bringing in is not interested in fashion, does not have any interest in fashion, and your goal of brand visibility, you also want to make 20 million naira from that brand visibility, and the marketer that the HR got for you is not interested in fashion, do you think that the 20 million and the goal that you have set for your fashion house will be executed? Do you think you will meet that goal?
Not at all, ma.
Not at all. Thank you very much. Not at all. That's what we're talking about, alignment. HR needs to understand the goal of the business so that you can align whatever you're doing, your processes, your recruitment into that. That's how simple that is. If there is an error, like we just answered our question, once you cannot get somebody that will do that for you, that 20 million will not be met. It then means that there's going to be decrease in revenue. Who caused that little error, that little disalignment? Is the HR department. This is to show you how HR is critical to the business. So we're still just surfacing to understand what it is. So I'll go to another activity, please. I need everyone to just follow up on the activity. And why I'm speaking more to business is so that we can understand how business is to HR and how HR is very important to every business. Don't forget, I said I'll still move to our slides. So I just want us to do a little bit of an overview of how important HR is before we now move to HR systems and structures. Now, I have a business. The name of my business is, please, this is on I don't have a business. I'm just setting an example, please. So the name of my business is, I'm trying to look for one name, Amazon. Let me say Amazon, this big Amazon, but my own is small Amazon. I'm the business owner of Amazon. I am to develop a business plan for Amazon owned by Sarah, not the main Amazon. The first thing I'm doing is I want to plan. My question now is, when I'm about to plan, make my strategic plan, what am I supposed to have? What am I supposed to do? What should be involved in my strategic plan as a business owner of Amazon? It's a new business. We're just coming on board. I want to make plan. What will be involved in my business plan? What are the things that will be involved in my business plan? I don't know if anybody can help me with a business plan. Just an overview, please. Please, who can assist us? You are a business owner of your business, right? And you want to create a business plan for your business because you have investors that will be coming. You have people that want to invest millions of naira, as much as 100 million naira to your business. What do you think will be involved in your business plan? Okay, Tony, please, you can go again. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I feel in the business plan, you have to introduce your business one, tell them what the business you're about to start is going to entail, your goals, your plan, then the way you want to go about the business. If you are employing, everything should be there. The capacity, the future view of the business should also be in the business plan.
Thank you very much. Very good. I'm going to pick one that you said, capacity, the capacity that will be needed, human capacity, and let's say equipment as well, because you will need that. But the right word that you've write that I want to pick up is capacity, human capacity. When you're having a business plan, please, I'm not speaking to business. I'm just giving an overview because we're moving a little bit, and this is just activity that we're speaking on, and this is just to let us know how important HR is to every business before we move to HR system and structures. Now, strategic business plan for the business that we just said. Tony mentioned goal, introduction, which is very key. For every investor that wants to come, they want to know what your business is. That's why you're giving an introduction. They also want to know what your goal is, right? That's another thing. Another thing they want to know is your objective. They want to know your objective, which is very key. The next one they want to know is your action plans, and which Tony said, action plans. What will be done? Who will do it? So all the plans you're having, what will be done? Who will do the job? What and where, when, how will it be done? What resources are you going to be needing? But there's a very critical question that is, who will do it? Who should do the job? Who will do the job? Who will do this? Who will do that? It's very critical. That's why you need to understand that people are very important to your business. They are assets to your business. The next question now, moving us to our main topic for today, is HR systems and structure. Already developing a foundation that you need an HR, or HR is very critical in every business and all what we do. We've done that, we've established that, because for every plan, for every business, there must be who to do the job. There must be who would be responsible for the job. That must be there. As the CEO of your business, you need one or two people. So now, if for Toyin, please, sorry, I'm using Toyin. That's because she's engaging more. So I'm sorry. If I have a fashion house, like Toyin said, and BB Ninja is offering that I need you to deliver the Saturday clothes they want to use. I need you to deliver it on Friday, and they're just telling you on Tuesday. You need more people that will do the job for you. You need people that are skilled that will do the job for you. So that's to show you how important people are to the system. Now, HR management. HR is a critical department that we need in every business. They help you to manage your people. They help you to manage performance, also compliance. And you might think that you're just a small business. You don't need compliance. Oh, so sorry about that. You'll be shocked that you will need compliance. And that little tailor that you think is illiterate will shock you. Okay, so please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. So now I'll dive into after just explaining, building HR system for SMEs. Design the right HR system and structure for small to medium-sized enterprises balances legal compliance, operational efficiency, and positive culture without corporate bureaucracy. I'm going to explain that in a very simple term, and I'll take it one by one. Design the right HR systems. When you want to have your policies, because HR system involves policies, not big policies, so small one. Like if you leave days, you want to talk about your leave policy, and your leave policy can just include about, let's say, a page where you're talking about how many days you're entitled to, your leave policy, how many days you are entitled to. The second one is which cadets, let's say the lower cadres are only entitled to 2 days, the higher cadres are entitled to 5, and all of that. It's just putting little by little policies, and also just balancing things. Now, too, if you do this leave policy, for instance, as a business owner, do you know what that will do for you? Your operational efficiency. Now, when one person is going, people will not be too tired to work. When one person is going on leave, another person is on standby, the business is not going to stop. That's just you speaking about it. And that thing now, when we're talking about enterprises, balances legal compliance. We're talking about tax of today. We're talking about pension. But not many people understand. It's only people that read the law that will tell you in labor law. It is people, if you have a business and you've just been 0 to 4 members, you are not entitled to pay pension for them because it's still a small one. But 5 and above, you can pay pension for it. So now if you get somebody and you are just 4 in the business, or you are just 5, for instance, and one of your employees saying, I'll report you to, what's it called? The National Industrial Court because you are not paying my tax, and you're not paying my pension. I'm just saying that, for instance. Your HR system would help you to say, inform everyone to say, your code of conduct. That's why it's important to have code of conduct as a business owner for your HR. Even if you do not have an HR on board, if an HR is too expensive for you to do, there's some key things you need to put on ground to be on standby. Your number one thing is to set up an organogram. Your organogram is the one that tells you who to report to, where you're going to report to, and who is going to do all of that and all of that. And that thing you should have are your policies, like your code of conduct. You don't need an HR to help you to build code of conduct if you don't have money for that yet. You can also just get templates and tailor whatever you have to your business. Now, when you talk about, I'm going back to, because I'm explaining, I'm looking at my slide. Design the right HR system and structure for small to medium-sized enterprises balances legal compliance. 1, I will speak about pension and tax. If you read the labor law, you don't need to pay tax for people that are any lower than 800,000 naira or they're per year, or they have 0 to 800 per annum. There's no tax. They have exemptions. Now, if you have people that are earning minimum wage, you don't need to pay tax on that. You can see that when anybody going to report you to the National Industrial Court, you are come to say, oh, my business is not up to 5 people. That's why I'm not paying pension, because the labor law says that. Number 2, my tax. The people I currently have on my payroll are not earning up to 800 per annum. You've been able to shut that down. So because there are some, you will be shocked that now in Nigeria, even though you think there are no laws, there are laws. And these people can, any employee can use law against an employer if you are not well structured and if you're not well put all of your processes together. This is why all of your processes, all of your systems have to be on ground before you employ anybody into your business. If you have done that and you don't have an organogram, please put an organogram on ground. If you have people and you don't have code of conduct, what's code of conduct? How we expect you to behave in the organization. When you are in our fashion house today from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., the code of conduct is to tell you what we're expecting from you and how we're supposed to cultivate or behave ourselves in the organization. You need to have that. Don't think it's a small business. And it's only me and 2 people. Me and those 2 tailors. What do they know? Oh, please, you might be shocked that they will get wrong advice from somebody, and that will just spark it. And you'll now be facing litigations. Now, you need to look at your employment at will. Your employment at will, this is like your offer letter. If you think that, oh, let me just write 1 page offer letter and I go and copy it from ChatGPT, oh, you'll be so shocked. that somebody that you think is an illiterate tomorrow or today, tomorrow he might get a uncle or a nephew or a niece or an auntie or cousin that will tell him that this your madam is cheating you. Can you imagine? How can she be cheating you? In your offer letter, oh, you don't even have offer letter, she's maltreating you. This your, and you just be shocked. That person, as a lawyer, everybody is looking for work. We just have a lot of people that what's it called? They were in law school that they just graduated a few days ago, and that person will say, I want to use it as scapegoat because they're looking for experience. Use this person as scapegoat, and you'll be shocked at what will come out. So all of these systems is what you should have. Have an organogram, have your code of conduct. The code of conduct will guide your people, your employees in your organization, how to behave. The second thing, the other thing you should have is employment at will. Please, this is at no order. I'm just saying that these are the document you should have as small businesses and all of that. Employment at will. In your offer letter, is going to state your do's and your don'ts, what you're expecting and what you're not expecting. All of that will be covered in your, sorry, please, can you confirm you can still see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you. So, building HR system for SMEs, design the right HR system and structure for small to medium-sized enterprises, balances legal compliance, operational efficiency, and positive culture without corporate bureaucracy. If you have an organogram, it will tell me who to report to when I need to do something and the MD or CEO is not around. These are the SOPs, the standard operating procedures I should follow to get this job done. It's going to also release some good burdens from you as the CEOs. When you have your SOPs, your standard operating procedures, and your organogram, so I don't need to be waiting for CEO when I have my GM to go and meet. And maybe a client is saying, okay, we have, okay, I'm selling I want to use something else. I work in a tech firm, and their software is there's a software that is pay as you go. So it is at 5,000 naira, and the client is requesting for it at 4,500 naira. I'm just citing an example. Do I need the approval of the CEO to do 4.5? If on my organogram I have CEO, I have GM, and I have marketing lead, and I'm a client rep, I'm a customer service officer, I don't need to go and meet the CEO and say, I'm waiting for the CEO, and the CEO is not around. How am I going to do it? And the customer is waiting. If you have an organogram, it's showing that as a customer service officer, you should report to your marketing team lead. So I will not meet, and my marketing team lead is around. I'm not going to wait for my orga, the CEO, and now be waiting, and the client would have gone. I would have lost money. So does the marketing lead have the power, or has the power to reduce or sell at what amount? That is going to help you to understand it and understand it and understand it. When you have a positive culture as well, your positive culture, because what your system and structure will do for you in an organization is it will help you to have positive culture, work environment, and happy environment where employees are happy to come to your work. They're happy that they are coming to work. That's what it will do for you when you have HR systems and structures in your organization. Please don't think that you're a small business and you don't need of all of this. It is very critical. As you're starting small and small. I'll go to guiding principles. Yeah, I have that again. Start simple, scale smart. When I mean start simple, just something that is not going to be too complex. Don't start with complexity. Don't say that if you are not coming to work, there's something as simple as if you don't come to work 3 days and you do not inform anybody, that's abandonment of duty. That's so simple to state, right? You start small by small. Begin with the essential and just begin with the essential. As you grow, you then now start to add complexity. Like make it now more structured and more structured and more structured. I don't know if you understand that part. So that's my guiding principle. So you start simple and you then now scale smart. So when I'm doing my offer letter, I don't have an offer letter as a business owner. What I'm going to do now is for every employee that I bring, illiterate or anyone, skilled or unskilled, please let me use that word. I'm sorry for using the other word. Skilled or unskilled, you need to have an offer letter. Let's know what is guiding us. You have an offer letter. You have an organogram that will show that as you are coming to the company, this is who you report to and this is who you report to. You have your job description. We're expecting that on a Monday, you have your job description. This is what you do. This is what, as the fashion designer for a fashion house, this is your responsibility in this fashion house. This is what you're supposed to do. This is your job responsibilities. You are stating it clearly. This is your job responsibility. That's starting simple. When you are not around, the person knows what he or she is supposed to do. Instead of saying, please, me, I'm waiting for a guy. I don't know what to do. What am I going to do now? That's because they don't have anything together. There's no job description. There's no organogram. There's nothing. It's only you as the CEO that is carrying the whole job. And that's going to tighten. It's going to scatter the business for you if you're not careful. That's why you don't need to start big. You can start small. You also don't need to have a lot of number before you now start putting all of this structure into place. You can start it as you're starting your business. Along the line, when you are growing, you then grow with it. Now, clarity over complexity. Policy should be easy to understand and implement. I'm going to cite an example. A business partner called me, just sent me an email a few days ago and was asking, I want you to get me this person, Sarah, get me this kind of role. And I'm coming to say, sir, whatever you're saying, it's not, I don't think it's going to work like that. You don't have structure, you don't have organogram, you don't have standard operating procedures, and you want to bring people in. What that will do, it will just bring different people will just be doing anything and anyhow. They now start firing. This person is not working, go home. You are not working, my friend, will you go? But if you put up your policies on ground, you put all your standard operating procedures for you to be able to, when somebody wants to sew clothes, when somebody brings clothes to you, as a fashion designer, the first thing you're supposed to do, welcome the person. Once you welcome the person, that's the standard operating procedure. The first thing is to welcome. Number 2 is to take measurements. Number 3 is to look at the fabrics. Number 4 is to pick a style. You are putting up the whole operating procedures, all of the whole steps, so that when you are not around, somebody else can do it. That's business continuity. That's operational efficiency. That is why all of this is very important. Now, let's go to culture. Culture as foundation, very key. What's your culture in your organization? Your culture can come from your personal things that you do. So, but you need your HR, and also if you don't have an HR now, you can do it yourself as a business owner. Your culture could be like an open door policy. I have an open door policy. What does an open door policy mean? It means that you can open my office at any time to talk to me. That's the culture for my own business. For Amazon business that I run, that's my own culture. You as the CEO or as the HR, you are the one to make sure that culture is not something you will write on everybody's head. It is what people will see. It's a way of life. It's the way you people behave. People will see it. So people know that, oh, you said open door policy. That's what we're doing. That's our culture. That means I can open your office and just do, boom, I've entered. Or when I open your office and then you're shouting at me, hey, why are you entering my office? Why are you entering my office? You are shouting. That means that culture you are saying open door policy, you are not doing it. That's what it means. So you have to start doing it. All of these principles, you have to start it gradually and gradually. If your culture is, let's say another thing, your core values, I can bring your core values into your culture. Let me say your core value as a business owner or as the HR is integrity. It then means that you will not lie. If you're sitting with your employees or your colleagues, and a customer is asking you, how much is, yesterday I called you and you did not pick. And maybe too, when you and your employees are sitting together, you are seeing the person's kind of like, no, this one, she's too troublesome, I'm not going to pick. And when the client is around, they say, no, I didn't see your missed call, I didn't see your missed call. That's a lie already. And don't forget, you said that your core value, what you really stand for, is integrity, but you are not living it as it should be. And that thing again, technology is your friend. You need to understand that technology is very, very key, very, very essential. There are free softwares that you can use for HR, for your payroll. They are almost free, very free. If you have 0 to 5 employees or 0 to 10 employees, there are free softwares that you can try to use all over Nigeria, all over the world. You don't need to pay for you to use those softwares. Once you start with those software, there are some softwares that help you track your leave, that help you do your payroll, that help you do your payroll as well. If you need people today, I need 5 people. If you post it on Jobberman today, you will get a lot of CVs. That's technology. You don't need to go anywhere or talk to any recruitment company. That's technology for you. Now, phase 1, I'm moving. But before I move, I have a question. So who am I going to ask my question? Please, I don't want Tony again. Tony has been the one answering me. So but I want somebody else to just please answer my question. I'm going to ask, please, is Jemima David. Please, are you on this call? Please, if you're available for answer question. My first question, let me just go straight to the question. Are you a business owner? If you're a business owner, please, can I see your hands up? If you're a business owner, let me just, or if you're an employee, an HR. Hey, please, I'm not enjoying you. Who? Okay, I'm sorry, I'll still have to call Tony. Tony, thank you. Please, my question, you're a business owner, right, and not an employee?
Yes, ma'am.
How many people do you have working with you?
Currently, none.
Okay, but it's just you that is working, which is fine. But do you have an organogram for your
business? Just you that is working.
Do you see that your company, do you have a vision?
No, ma, I'm learning from you.
Oh, okay. But please, like I said, don't look at you're just the only one, or you're just you. You can still work just like that. Set up your processes before you even start having people, so that it will start helping you to build whatever you're going to do. You can build on those structures. You should have an organogram now, even though you don't have anybody, but you have a future already. You're looking at the future. You have the future, and you can say, okay, this is where I'm going to. Sorry to look, but are you speaking? Okay, I think I can go on now. So don't look at whatever, if you're a business owner or an HR person and you're working for a business, please do not look at that, oh, I'm just an HR for 2 companies, or for just 2 people. It doesn't mean. It's about how you put it, starting right. That's important. That's how important it is. You need to start right. Develop a lot of things that, like I stated earlier, develop what you need to develop. I've just moved back to the slide. I wanted to, Tony, do you have a question? I can see your hands raised.
No, that was when you said if you have a business.
Okay, that's fine.
Raise your hand.
Thank you very much. So I'll still dive into it. My phase 1, if I have like my advice to every employer and employees, but employers first. Foundation, if you have between 10 to 15 employees, your culture, just know your HR roles and responsibilities. This is how you need to starting your little by little. You're the founder, you're the CEO, you are the one that is going to drive whatever you need to do. The culture you need to drive, it starts from you. It starts from you. It starts from you. It is you that everybody is looking at. At that time, nobody has an HR. You are just the one everybody. So if you come in late, everybody's going to come in late because my boss is coming in late. So why can't I come in late? If my boss is coming late, even if he's the owner of the business, that doesn't concern me. It's a culture, it's a way of life. So, and it comes down from top to the bottom. Top to the bottom. If you want to see a good culture, it starts from you as the founder and the CEO. For now, you'll be the one managing to save costs, to save payroll, to save money for the business. You'll be the one to do all of the whole hiring for now. If you're 10 to 15, you can still try to manage it. You see that I'll do the payroll because for now you cannot trust anybody with your money. But don't do it alone. You can use a software to do it. If you know what's it called, Zoho have an app that they use. A software. Sometimes it's software. Sometimes they have it's both. It's web app. You can use it, whatever you want to use it for. They have the finance part, they have the HR part, and sometimes it's free for 1 year. The last time I used it was free for 1 year. So you can use it and start up on have a good solid structure. Use structure to start your business. While you're doing it now, don't say it's just me alone now. Let me just be, there's nothing there, I don't have anybody. No, you have to build that culture now. You have to build that structure now, so that when people come, it's going to be easy for them to fit in. It'll be easy for everyone to fit in. Core documentation. Create a simple employee handbook covering at-will employment, equal opportunity, code of conduct, leave policies, and benefit summary. I think I've spoken about that, so I'm going to move. Once I speak up on all of this, we're still going to have questions. I'm still going to have an activity with everybody, please. Please, I need everyone to speak at this time when we go for our questioning, our activity section. Essential system and processes that we need to put in place. Recruitment and onboarding is a key one for every business. You need to have it. It's very essential, extremely essential. Key items that are very essential. We'll talk about the recruitment and the onboarding. Once we talk about recruitment is the process where you get people into your business, the new hire and all of that. There are softwares, like I said, that can do that. Onboarding is very key. It's where you introduce your new hires to your system, to your policies, for your vision, mission. Now, talking about mission and vision, for every business owner, you must have your goal. You must have your vision. Your vision is what you want to be in the next, where you see your company in the next phase, and where you want to see the company in the next few years. It can be long-term and it can be short-term. You talk about your mission. Those are very critical. Vision and your mission, your goals, very critical for you to have. That is one thing you should have. I have a very good colleague that I've worked with before that called I want an HR. I would say, please come and help me do something on my HR for me. The first thing I ask, please, what's your vision and what's your mission? That's not important. It is very important, because whatever I'm going to build on as an HR, I have to build it on your goal, your vision, and your mission. They are very, very critical to every business that you should have. You should have your mission, your vision, your core values. What do you stand for as a business? That will drive HR. So HR is no longer HR of fire and hire. That's not the kind of HR that we do now. Your mission, your vision has to be on point. Your goals, your core values, those are the things you should set up on. That once you set that up, it will also help you when you are developing your organogram. It will help you when you are doing your job description. Because if I have a goal and my goal is to bring 500 million, please pardon me, I'm calling big figures, 500 million naira. That's my goal. What's my mission? What's my vision? As your HR, since that's your goal, I'm going to ensure that on all of the job descriptions that we're giving this year, it is tied to the goal of the business. It must translate, all of our efforts will translate to the goal of the company for that year. If my goal is to bring 500 million, to make 500 million profit this year, all of my job descriptions should have something tied to it. Even as HR, I'm going to bring the best person. If we don't have, or if we have, I'm going to have a succession planning so that in case anybody leaves, nothing will affect the business. I can get somebody again, a succession plan, so that anybody that leaves, it doesn't affect the target or the goal for the year. I can just bring in, if the main person has gone, I can bring the second person in command. That means I need to have been training those people. Every business owner must, before developing HR system and structure, you must have your vision, you must have your goal, and you must have your core values. It's a must. Once you have that, that's going to be like the bedrock on which every other thing is going to be built on. Please, so I remember that, and that's why I had to speak to that. Compensation and payroll, because you're going to be paying people salaries. It is good you have a policy or a workbook about it. And also, so if you know that, you can just say, just develop something simple. There's a compensation policy. Ensure that you have something that if you cannot meet or match your competitors. You must have at least something other way in some benefit in kind that you can offer to your employees to help to retain them. This is to retain them. If you retain employees, it would help the business because it's a startup, or it might even be a medium size, but retaining your key employees is very critical to the business, and having a good compensation plan for them. It's not everything that can be money. You can do some other things. You can do some other benefits, or maybe once in a month. Don't worry, everybody. We have profit sharing. Once we meet this target, 100 million net, not gross, 100 million net profit. That's our financial target for the year. Once we meet it, we're going to do profit sharing on this one, on 10%, on this one. It's going to encourage everybody to start jumping and working and working and working. Number 3 essential system and processes that we must have is performance management. You need to manage the performance of your people. Now, how are you going to do that? Once you have your job descriptions, it's very good. You need to have your KPIs, your key performance indicators. This your job description is to tell people what they're supposed to do. Your key performance indicators is to tell employees what they are going to be measured on. If I have a fashion house and I have a tailor, hey, my tailor, every month, I need you to sew 10 clothes. This is your KPI. It must not have error. It must be fitting. It must be data. I will state everything. So error rate is 0%. Then once at the end of the month, you then come, people are few, you can come and sit down. So let's review the performance of this month. We got so and so amount of money. You were supposed to do 5 clothes. How many clothes did you sew? How many things did you do? Once you can monitor their performance, everybody will sit up. You are making everybody accountable and responsible for their job. Accountability is very key. You need to make sure everyone is accountable to the business, but you will not be able to measure performance if you have not given the people what their job description is or what their KPI is supposed to be. So where do you want to develop your performance? How will you now manage the performance? On what ground are you managing the performance? You just want to use your eye and say, when that person came, because I don't like him, the way he greeted my client, the way he greeted the client was wrong. He greeted the client without smiling. Is that part of his job description that you must smile when you are greeting clients, right? If he's not there, or is he there? If he's there, fine. If he's not there, you know that there are some ways that we help business owners to see, and any other tasks assigned. Now, when I come to my KPI and I say, the rate at which you smile, I'm going to measure you on the way you smile to my customers. So employees already know that, if I don't smile well, it's going to affect my performance. It's going to affect, and if it affects my performance, it's going to affect my bonus, it's going to affect my commission, it's going to affect my salary. Once you are tying it to a lot of things, people now become accountable, they're responsible, they want to do what they're supposed to do. It's very key. Essential systems that you should have. Very key. I'm going to move again to another one. So now you're maturing. The first phase we talked about was about 10 to 15 employees. Now we're coming to 50 to 200. You're not going, it's maturing, you're maturing. So don't just feel like it's only one, I'm still in 10, I'm still in the first phase. You are still in the first phase, that's good. Put your plan for the next phase, your maturing structure. If business open, maybe you did something, or your colleague or your friend or your family member moved into the government house today, and with that, you got an appointment, and the growth was so fast. If you've not planned for that maturity or for that growth stage, if you get there unexpected, I'm sorry, there's every possibility that you're going to come back to phase 1 to 10 to 50 employees. That's because you've not developed a structure. You're feeling like, oh, this is still me. I'm still here. We have not grown. We'll still grow. But now having the mindset that you will still grow, still put up the structures in place, enhance roles. There's sometimes that put all of the whole roles you will need. When you're preparing your organogram, even though you have just 2 people or it's just you, envisage for the future. How many people am I going to need? What job roles am I going to need? This is what they will be doing. This is what they will report. This is what they will be doing. This is who they will be reporting to. You're already putting up all of your structure, all of it together. Then you now start defining your job levels, the job levels. So If so that you not at the end, so that you not be letting people be fighting and say this one came yesterday and they are paying me more than me. I've been here for 20 years and they are paying me this amount of money. It's going to be a problem. Start making plans on how you're going to do recognition programs. There are some companies that if you work with them for 5 years, you're going to have shares. You're going to have shares of about maybe 200, and you can sell your shares back to the company when you are leaving at so amount of money. You're just developing something, celebrating system, or maybe you want to do 13-month bonus. If your company cannot afford 13-month bonus now, it's not a crime, but you will grow to be there. So you need to put it in your plan. That's what we need to do. You need to put that in your plan. Please don't look at your business as small. You have to look at it from the top and from the top. This is from 200 and above. When you start, if you have an HR now, the person is going to do more of operationals in sense that, oh, we need to look at payroll, we need to look at this, we look at all this many. But when you start growing big, your HR will no longer just be an HR. The person is also going to be your strategic business partner. So if you want to make tough business decisions, even now that you are small, you need to get your HR people involved in it. Your HR manager should not just be sitting and say, oh yeah, this person is, recruit this person for me, that's all. It's more than that. You'll be surprised that some HR now have good experience in marketing, good experience in customer service. They can also stand for you at customer service. Put them in critical meetings. The importance of putting your HR in critical meetings is that it helps them to understand the business. It helps them to understand the business, and they will not just be looking at the business as say, oh, actually, I'm just an HR. Actually, it's just HR. You also will not think about that as for your HR people. All of these things are what we should have. Don't look at your business that it is too small. Startup HR, the foundation years, 1 to 10 employees, payroll provider, you have your contracts, that's your implementer, to your offer letters, your key policies. I can speak over again about policies. Policies is a guideline, is a guiding principle for every organization. It guides every employee on what to do, at what time, and what they're expected to do. If you have, we've spoken about leave policy. There are other policies that we have, like working tools. Let's say your work tools policy. You should have your work tool policies. If you're going to give somebody, the person is going to be using your, sewing machine, you should have a policy that is guiding it. You must off your, at any time you leave or when you close, you must off your, your sewing machine. This is what every morning when you come, you must clean the sewing machine. You must not leave clothes on the sewing machine. You must not do this on this one. You are stating it simple by simple. It's not something hard. You're just putting it so that it will guide everyone on what to do. Even when you are not there as a business owner, policies are very key. Create policies. Even though you think you do not need it now, you might need it later. Onboarding checklist, when you are bringing people in, what are they expecting from you? Provide a checklist so that you'll be checking them as you're approving, as you're saying yes, you're checking it, as they're getting whatever they're supposed to get, you're checking it, you're confirming that they have what they're supposed to use. Then when you have 50 plus employees, this is what you expect from them. You need to do surveys, engagement surveys. Even though we are HR, we usually would advise that your customer service do surveys. So now when we're doing performance, we're not just doing performance and based on me as an employee, my employer, we're also adding the customer feedback. So that way people will treat the customers, because the customers are paid the money. You do engagement surveys with your employees and also with your clients and also with their line managers. As employers as well, don't be scared to do engagement surveys for yourself. Let your employees survey, do a feedback about you, survey them, let them do what they want to do, let them say their hearts. That way, guys, sometimes it can be malicious, but be rest assured that you can get 1 or 2 things from there. We've spoken about employee all of that, let's go to common pitfalls to avoid. So there's still another slide that I'll still be going over. I'm checking my time. Don't worry, I'm time cautious, and I would not waste your time. Common pitfalls to avoid. Doing your HR when you're doing your HR systems and putting your structures in place. Winging it. No documentation leads to inconsistency, unfairness, and legal risk. If you don't have any document that is guiding you, any policy that is guiding you, if somebody comes today and say, Madam, you did not pay me, I've been working with you for 5 years now and there's no increment. You will not say, okay, don't worry, I'm going to give you 30% increment. Then that other employee will go and tell his own colleague and say, can you imagine when I went to meet Madam, she gave me 30% increment. Ooh, they don't burn and well, forgive me. I don't know, sorry for speaking pidgin. But when you now say you have documentation, your performance, if you do well, if you do from 80 to 100%, you will get 30% increment in salary. If you do below 80%, you will get 20%. During your confirmation, you will get 10% if you do well from 80 to 100%. It is well documented. It's going to lead to consistency, and your consistency will increase business revenue for you and operational efficiency. When I'm saying revenue, how is it going to increase revenue for me? If I know that if I will do well, if I do well during my confirmation, it's documented. If you do well, 80 to 100, say right, you get 100%, or if you won't get 85%, you will get 10% increase. And I'm a marketer, or even I'm a customer service officer. You know what that will do for me? I want to make sure that my clients are happy, knowing the fact that they're going to do what's it called, survey for everybody, and whatever the client says is going to affect my performance, and it will reduce my compensation. I want to please the customer at all times so that they'll get good feedback about me, and based on the policy and documentation, it will lead to increase for me. So I will do anything that will make the customer happy. And an happy customer or an excited customer is a returning customer. They will keep coming. That customer service officer is a very good person. Oh, because of the customer service officer, I'm coming back. They are coming back, and they're spending money on you. Winging it. No documentation leads to inconsistency. You need to document all of the things you have in your organization. Document it. Document your policies. Document all of the work tools that you have in your business, all of the sewing machine, all of the laptops that you have. Document everything. How many customers do we have now? Document it. Document their phone number. Document everything, so that you will need them tomorrow. And even if anybody leaves, for business continuity, you need to document everything. Copying, pasting policies. Tailor policies to your company's culture and needs. And once you do that, you don't just say, oh, these people in BUA, see what they are doing. Let me to copy it and paste it for my own business. Forgetting that BUA is a big business. They are in a different sector. Maybe they are in FMCG space, and you are in the clothing space. How does it work? How is it going to fit you people? It would not work. Once you do your policies, you need to get legal review. Don't just say, I've done it. Yeah, experts, I'm the one that have done it. Get reviews. As much as I say you should document all of your processes, get policies, you need to document it, and also get legal review. You need to get legal review. There's sometimes when I put up a consequent matrix, I'm taking it to my legal friend. Please, can you help me review it? Is it legally binding? I have the labor law. The labor book, the labor act. I also get it and also check through to be sure. Ignoring culture. HR systems are culture in action. Ensure alignment with company values. Your culture must align with your company values. And I've explained that before. If you are talking about your core values or your company values integrity, you must not lie in front of your employees or your colleagues. That's how it should be done. Waiting too long, hire a dedicated HR professional. Once you have money, not now. Once you think that, oh, the business is a little bit okay, maybe you can afford 100K to get an HR intern, or you can get a copper You have copper now. They can give everybody, now even in Lagos, using Lagos for example, they have a lot of core members. You can use core members to implement, to develop some of these few things for you. I hope that we're understanding something. Your action plan. What I want us to do now is audit your current state. Look at your business now. Audit it. Where are you now? You know where you're going to. You already have a goal. You know your vision. But now in this business, where are you? Audit it. Are we doing this? Audit is you checking what you are doing and what you're not doing. Audit your business. It is you that is auditing it yourself. You will not spend money. It will only cost you time. And it's only going to make you just to be sacrificial. Because instead of you to be just sleeping and maybe you go to bed around 10. Now, because you want to audit your business and it's you that want to audit it yourself, you want to audit your current state. You now say, okay, I need to audit my current state. I will not sleep by 9. I have to sleep by 12 because I need to get it done. It's for free. You're the one doing it. Audit your current state. What do you have now? What is working? What is not working? What is causing pain? How much do you have now? What system is in place? What policy can I do? What policy, even if you have policies, are these policies working? Are they working? If they are not working, what can we do to get it to work? That's the first thing to do. Audit your current state. The current state of your business, you need to audit it. Prioritize essentials. Prioritize essentials. The essential things, prioritize it. Your policies, they are essential. Your everything, your organogram are essential. Your job descriptions and your performance management is essential. Prioritize everything. So based on your business, it will now make you to understand what you need to prioritize. Do you need to prioritize recruitment? Do you need to prioritize performance? Do you need to start looking at it? Do you need people to be accountable? If I want people to be accountable now, this I want to focus on my performance, how to manage performance for my businesses. You can start looking at that. So these are your action plan. You can look at this. If you feel that it's going to work for you, please, you need to try it. And if you try it and see that it's not working, try another method. Audit it again. Check it again. Try, audit, check again. Just continue doing it. Continue checking it. You try something new, audit it, see where you have gone, look for preferred solutions, try the solutions you have preferred, move forward again. If you build up your policies and you have a lot of people that you can implement the policies on, if you've done up to 6 months, go back again and audit your policy. Let me see, is this policy working? Is it not working? If it's not working, what can we do? This performance management system now that we've set, that your line manager will have to appraise you, the customers will have to give feedback about you. Is it working? If it's not working, can I change it? You start now looking at it and start looking at it. This will help you to understand it. The last one is activity. But before I move to activity, please, any question before we move further? Any question, please? Any question, please? Emmanuel, Toyin, Jemima, Tolulope, any question, please?
No question from me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to move a little bit further, and this is to questions. Now, I have a few questions that I would like everyone to share their thoughts on. So I'll stop sharing so that I can show my other slide. But I have a few questions that I would like to look at. So can I speak on my question now, please? Can I speak on my question? Can I ask my question, please?
Yes, go ahead now.
Okay. Now, when you are setting up core values for your business, core values are the things that your business stands for. What are the necessary things you should look at? Do you know what? Let me before I answer, before I get an answer or response to that question, your core values are very key because that's what it stands for. If you're outside tomorrow, that's what people will know you for. Like, so when you come to this company, don't worry, they are good. Their standard is quality. That's what they stand for. They stand for quality. Or their quality, aside quality, entrepreneurship. The people there own the business like it's their own. That's what they stand for. Entrepreneurship is good for them. Professionalism. Oh, these people know their job well. That's their core value. Their own core value, that organization is professionalism. You will get the best from them. So these are examples of core values. Now, as individual, as employer, if you want to set up your core values today, what will be the necessary requirement that you would look out for before setting up your core values? Don't forget, your core values are very key to your business, and it's something that's going to be long-standing. So let me know what's your view. What are you going to look at when you're supposed to do this? When you're setting up your core values, what are you looking out for? Or what will you be looking out for to help you do that?
Okay, for me, as a person, at least from the little knowledge I don't do today, one of the core values I'll be looking at attitude towards the job. That is the place of integrity, the way our business is operated, whether it's open door or closed door. Then, as a business person, what are my policies to my employer? That code of conduct, the job description. It affects our core value as a business person because my clients are going to consider my employees before me in most cases. So the job description, how they deliver, how they attend customers, then the business culture, and what are our policies as a company? That is our integrity, the way customer satisfaction, the way we attend our customers.
Okay, thank you for that, Tolokwe. I got you at some point and I missed you also at some point, but thank you for your answer. I appreciate that. Now I want somebody, like I'm going to move from, I've spoken about more to employer and I'm going to move to employee aspect for those people that are in HR. But before I move to that aspect, I just want to have a question. So I'm going to go back to the first question we asked on what is your business goal? What is your business goal? As an employer, now I'm going to speak directly to Toyin now because she was on that said brand visibility. Hi, Toyin. If you're going to work brand visibility, what will be your goal for that? How would you achieve that brand visibility for your business? Hi, Tony, are you there? So for the question, I'm just going to give you few suggestions and then now ask you, if you have a goal, your operation plan. So I'm looking at an operations plan and why HR is very critical. We spoke about that, but I want us to be very specific again now. When you have an operation, when you have a goal, an operation plan and all of that, your goal has to be, you can try to be, you do a short-term goal. And the reason why we will advise as HR to do a short-term goal so that you can review. And because the world is evolving, it's working so fast that you can lose track as you go. If you have a long-term plan and say 10 years and there are policies that are changing, the government has brought a new tax reform act for 2024 and all of that, The policies are changing now and then. So let it be short term so that you can evaluate yourself, you can evaluate your business. Don't forget, one of the first things you should do after this event or the webinar is to look at your current state, audit your current state. Where do you want to be in the next 2 to 3 years? Where are you now? What are the things that you're having difficulties with? What are the solutions that can help you to do all of this? You need to start auditing yourself, and you need to continually audit yourself. Don't audit yourself at the current state. As you are moving, you need to audit yourself, all of the policies you are creating. If you don't have an organogram, you need to have an organogram. If you don't have policies, you need to pull that out on ground. HR is a lot, but I'm very sure, and I can tell you for a fact, and this is confirming it because I've worked with startup companies a lot. So it's not a big want to do. It's only going to take your time. It's only going to take time. Then aside time, every other thing, it's fine. So before I move again, please, any question for me? Any question? Any question? Any question for me? Now moving to the main HR. Okay, I'm with you to look. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, so please, I'm trying to review the angle of the core value that you just mentioned. So it still popped up in my mind, and I want to be sure I'm on track. If not, we can take corrections. Okay, so one is meeting our customers' needs whenever we come across. Right?
Sorry to look, but I cannot hear you. But you can drop a chat. There are a lot
Are
of
you hearing me?
noise. Like, yes, it's better now.
Okay. So I said I was going to talk back on the core value for the business, which I just retracted right now. And I just want to pop up some few things that just came up, and you can use correct. I can be sure what I'm saying, what the idea I'm getting for you. So, number one core value that came to my mind is putting customers in, having easy transactions with customers, easy flow for them, whenever they experience with our business.
No, to look, I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
I said number one, I'm talking about core values for the business.
No, I cannot hear you. But if any other person can hear you, I don't mind. I can hear from them. But you can drop a chat. I know you're speaking on core values, but I didn't get what your first core value would be or can be. But you can drop a chat. While I'm waiting for Tolokwe's chat, I just need to go over this quickly. Key responsibility of the HR department that you need to know as you are going and as a business: recruitment and hiring. HR is responsible for attracting and selecting candidates to fill job openings. It's not your, it's just their responsibility to do it. This includes creating job postings, screening applications, looking interviews, conducting interviews, onboarding new employees. Effective recruitment strategies help ensure that the organization has the right talent to meet its goal. So having the right talent will help us to meet our goals. Two, another key responsibility of HR is employee training and development. HR oversees training programs that enhance employee skills and knowledge. This includes on onboarding new hires. When we're talking about, you see why onboarding is critical. It will help you to tell your staff, let them know what they're supposed to do, and also what the business entails and how they can benefit from the business. It's just you telling them about your business. Providing ongoing training. All of what we're saying, you need to train your staff, and there are free training sites that you can look at Coursera, you can look at EDX, Udemy. There are free courses that will get them free certificates. It is HR responsibility to help your business to get those trainings and help them to get those certificates. Not all trainings will give you certificates anyway, but it will help them to grow. It's good you always train staff, train people so that they can get on opportunities. Also help them to improve their knowledge, increase their knowledge, and also improve employee performance and satisfaction. No employee will leave an employer that trains them Forget about that. If I spend money, won't they leave? If you spend money rightly, although some companies will say, oh, let's get a bond, but I usually would not advise employees signing bond. But I'm not an employer anyway, so I'm going to speak from an employee perspective. But please, that's the role of HR for employee training and development. 3 is to manage performance. Performance management is on HR. That's our HR responsibility. Manage the performance of your business. When you look at, if you take interest in the performance of each individual, of each employee, don't worry. It's going to lead to an increase in revenue for the business. That's the truth. And you just know that. Compensation and benefit management. HR is responsible for developing competitive compensation structures and managing employee benefit programs. We've spoken about policies, building policies on compensation, benefits in kind or in cash. All that can be done. But you need to put it on a policy, and it's for the HR to implement it, and also their responsibility to administrate and do every benefit management. Employee relations. HR plays a vital role in maintaining a positive work environment by addressing employee concerns, resolving conflicts, and ensuring compliance with labor laws. This includes fostering open communication and promoting a culture of respect and inclusion. And because of employee relations, people tend to stay in the business. You see employees staying because they feel welcomed. You have a challenge and you're saying, and you're bringing it open as an employer. Do you know what it means? And once an employee gives you a response, oh, Mark, I think if you do it this way, sir, if you do it this way, it will come up well. And you then now go ahead and say, okay, this person has suggested this idea. Can we go with it? The person will feel so respected. He will feel so welcome. He or she will feel part of the business, and you will get their loyalty with just that. Engaging employees in key decisions, it's very critical to the business. It makes you to buy their loyalty. It makes them to feel part of the business. And if you, as a person, as you are the employer and I'm the employee, and I'm saying, oh, don't worry, let's do this way, and you take my advice, I'll be so glad. I would not want to leave you. It's going to boost employees' morale, and the employees want to do more. They want to give their all because they feel like, I said this and madam listened to me. I said this and my director listened to me. For this, I want to give my all to them. You buy their loyalty. They will get themselves engaged more in the job. They will go all out for the business. So if I'm bringing a policy and I'm saying, please, this is the policy, can we review the policy together? We sit on the round table and all of us review it. And you're listening to them, you're taking the advice, and you now work on it based on the advice. And you know that this advice they're giving to you is key to the business and it will help the business. You don't need to start threatening them to follow through the policies. They'll be happy to follow through. They'll be happy to train their staff on how to do that. They'll be the one, they will not be your advocate. They will be your change agent. They'll be saying, oh, you need to do that. See that policy that we do there is good. If you do this policy, if you follow through this policy, you will do this, you will get this. You're not going to buy any, you don't need to buy chewing gum for anybody to do that. You don't even need to pay extra. Just buying their idea into whatever decision you are taking will increase productivity, will increase communication, will promote culture of respect, inclusion, and the employees want to give their all. Their all and all. Strategic planning. HR collaborates with management to align workforce strategies with the company's long-term goals. This involves workforce planning, succession planning, and adapting to changes in the business environment. As the business grows, don't look at it that, what am I doing workforce planning? What am I doing succession planning for? As the business grows, you will need all of this planning to be on ground. Workforce planning means you need to plan the workforce. How many people you want to have in the future, the business you're going to, how many people you need now, what's the demand, what's the supply, what's the business goal, where are we now, how many people do we need to get the business goal, how many people do we need to achieve our goals. You need to put all of those plans. Your succession planning is you saying that if this person, it's just the way we do it in this where we come from, that if this person leaves, you know that after the father has gone, no, it's the first son or the first daughter that is next in command. It's just there. That's how succession planning is. If this person, if the head of department is not feeling too well, or if the person leaves tomorrow, this second person can be able to manage the business, and nothing will stop. And that's why it's really not good to put all of your eggs in one basket. Create a succession planning for every of your departments in your business. You need to do that so that you will, for business continuity, you will just grow and grow. That's the responsibility of HR in accordance or in collaboration with the directors or the managing director or the business owner or the founder. So if now, tomorrow, you have 3 apprentices that come and work, you already know who is going to be the best. You already know that from the way they give their all to the business, you know that, oh, this person is going to be a very good person. This person is going to be another good person. Another important responsibility of HR is policy development and compliance. HR develop policies and they enforce company policies that align with legal requirements, emphasis on legal requirements and organizational goals. This includes ensuring compliance with labor laws, health and safety, and ethical standards. There are much more responsibilities, but these are the key ones I think we needed to look at, and that was why I had to speak to that. I think this will be all from my own side, but I'm just going to be here for questions, and I have one last activity before we'll call it a day, just one activity. So can I go ahead with my activity, or Tolu, do you want to speak on your question, or if you have dropped it? I don't know if your network is better now. Okay, I've seen that. Meeting our customer needs, easy and seamless transaction, delivery of needs and professional standard jobs. But we can classify this under professionalism in Lope. Hey, can you hear me, Tolope?
Yes.
All of these that you dropped on the chat can be your core values, but it's going to be, and the body for it is professionalism. That's all of these 3 that you said on the chat, it's professionalism. Because if you're professional, you deliver good jobs. You ensure to meet your customer needs, and you want to ensure that they have easy and seamless transaction. It also then means that you as the employer, when you want to set up your standard operating procedure for your business, you need to ensure that everything is seamless. Everything. So when I mean seamless, you have to state it line by line, your standard of operating procedures, what this person is going to do at first, what this person is going to do at second, at third, at fourth. You need to state out the guidelines so that when you're not around tomorrow and you have a customer on board, or you have some people that want to do business with you, this transaction will be seamless without your interference. So all of them is under professionalism. And it's a very good one. Professionalism at its peak. Because when you're professional, you want to do everything to show that this job, you cannot buy it. I know this job, this business, I know this business well. Professionalism is one core value that every business organization should have. You should have it. You have to be professional at all times. Even at night when you're on the bus stop, you know somebody will call you, the customer service, somebody is calling your official line and you're at the bus stop. You will look for a place. For professionalism, you want to go to a place that you can already pick the call, because you have to answer the customer call at all times. So you have to look for a place, a quiet place. Or even if you're not going to be on the quiet place, you can just hang up the call and say, please, I'm on transit. I'll call you right back when I get to a very quiet place. And just as soon as you get to a quiet place, you're calling the person immediately. That's professionalism. That's keeping to your words. So yes, that's professionalism. It's a very key core values for every organization should have. This is not me imposing any core values, right? But I'm just suggesting. And that core value, I think that every business owner should look at, or every employee should consider. But anyway, it's the employer that sets the core value. But entrepreneurship is another key thing, especially in a world where people don't believe that I can do anything I want to do. Entrepreneurship is owning the business like it's your own business. If you treat the business like your own business, you know what that will do? It will help you manage every expenses. So if I'm an employee, right? But if I have a core value, our core value in our organization is entrepreneurship, treating the business like it's your own. If I have 1 million naira and I want to purchase something of 2 million naira, do you know what? I will beat it, even though I know the company have money. But because I want to treat the business like it's my own, I want to save extra 1 million. I will negotiate with different vendors to ensure that I get the best deal at a reduced amount. I will do everything I need to do. So that's me owning the business like it's my own. Because if it's my own business, I would think I don't have the money to save cost. I want to go for the best, but at a lower price and at a good quality. Thank you. So I'm still going to speak on the core values, because core value is key, and the culture. So but I want one person, Tolokpa has given our own, but I also want another person to tell us about what their core value would be like if they are in the position of the employer. What will be your core value? What will be your vision? And what will be your core value? Emmanuel, do you want to speak to that? Hi, Emmanuel.
Okay, yeah. Let me speak to that.
Okay.
So, if I'm to set my core values, being an employer, so I think I need to put the employee culture and behavior into consideration. So, like, well, I mean, what type of culture do I want to build? Whether innovative or collaborative. And also, integrity is also a key in any business. So I think I'm also going to put that into consideration.
Thank you very much. I like that fact that you spoke about collaboration, like teamwork. It makes sense. A whole lot of people need to work as a team. And you know, if you work as a team, if your core value is teamwork and collaboration or anything, it's going to help the business well. Because people will share ideas, you promote ideas, innovations, different things, creativity, and all of that. There's also a downside to that teamwork, but it's always good to work. Teamwork, if you can build a culture of teamwork, it's going to make sense. What I would do, it would help reduce grievances. When a employee is fighting with another one, you did this one, you did that one, why are you doing this? Is my job, this one will say it's my job, it's not my job. When there's collaboration and when there's teamwork, it does perfectly make sense. Although there's a downside to that, like I said, because people can misuse it and say, okay, since we're working as a team, it's only one person that will not be doing the job, while the others are taking the whole blessings and the whole benefit, while one person is pushing it, or they might gang up against the business employer. But it is good, extremely good, to work as a team. If that's a core value, teamwork, it also makes sense. Thank you. So thank you. That's my section. I think I'm fine, but let me see. I can see a chart. Is there a chart? A question? Any question, please? Okay, how can that be mitigated with KPI or policy? Do you mean teamwork?
Yes, please.
So yeah, that's a very good question, honestly. How can I mitigate it with KPIs or policies? Don't everyone work? See, do you know what? It's a different thing. You give people job description, don't forget. You also give them KPIs. You will still measure their performance. Nobody will go and call your client to say, please rate me well. You're also putting some steps and guidelines to it to ensure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to do, because they're going to measure people individually. You need to understand that your KPIs are going to be measured individually, not as a team. Not as a team at all. Your policies also, you can put policies that I don't think there's any policy on team. What do you want to put there? But what you can do, what can help you mitigate that risk is your KPI, because you're going to measure people individually. But what you're saying is, even though we're going to measure you individually, we also need you to collaborate, because it's not going to make sense when people work in isolation. If people work in isolation, it's going to cost the business more than any other thing, in the sense that if I am the marketer, I'm going to come from finance, because finance and HR really work together. Finance, for instance, finance is especially, there's some organizations that HR prepares the payroll and sends to finance to make the payment, right? And if I don't work with my finance department and I'm supposed to pay my employees by 25th of every month, for instance, and my finance person, because my finance person and I were fighting, she might start to say it should be your KPI is measured on payment on time to staff, and I will not pay. I'll tell the finance person that network is not good, because we're fighting. She'll say network is not good. Because network is not good, I cannot pay salary, and my KPI is supposed to be is expected to be pay your staff 25th. We're going to measure you on your completion of your time of payment. And my finance person is saying that there's no time because we are fighting. That's going to affect me. That's why we're always encouraged that you work as a team. It does not mean we're going to collude to do things or collide to do or fraud the company. But what our teamwork is going to do is I can call my finance and say, hello, CFO, how are you doing now? Please, you remember that we're going to pay salary today by 25th. I just say, let me follow up on you. That's it. I'm going, oh, don't worry, I'm going to pay it. If there's going to be an error, do you know what that teamwork will do for you? Your finance person will call you ahead and say, oh, I'm sorry, HR, there's a problem with the network, and we're having a network glitch. Money are being reversed. Right? HR will then send an email. Oh, sorry, staff. We're currently having technical glitch on our banking platform. That's what teamwork will do. But what teamwork? If you don't have teamwork, the finance person, whether there's network problem or no network problem, the person will not call you. Let me see. Do your worst. I'm not going to call you. That's just it. It's just going to slow business. So when you don't pay your staff on 25, 26, 27, the finance person is looking at you and say, let me see what the HR can do now. Maybe she's making out. But once you work together, the finance person sees your failure as their own failure too. But don't forget, you measure everyone's KPI individually.
All right.
Okay.
You are giving me back the mic, or you wanted to say something else?
No. I wanted to just ask if there's any question, and I'll hand over to you, Precious.
Okay, that's fine. And so I think it's best time to ask questions.
Thank you.
It seems there are no questions, so I don't believe we're shy asking our questions. All right. However, I want to say thank you to, even though she says Sarah is fine, but I still call her Madam Sarah. So what I would just want us to do is you can just unmute your mic and say thank you to Madam Sarah for such a wonderful session.
Thank you, Madam Sarah, for such a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. So it's been we spent quite some time, and like we said earlier, the sessions are recorded. After the sessions, we'll make arrangements to share the link with those of us that are here and those of us that are not here as well, so that we can all go over the sessions again. The only thing I will try to work, even though I didn't discuss that with Madam Sarah, is to just figure out if we can have a checklist, because from our assessment, I see that most of the businesses might be between sole proprietors and maybe 2 or 3 team members. So if we can just have a checklist of the things you can do, even at this stage of your business, we would also send that across, so that at least, even if it's your organizational chart or your policy to say, okay, this particular thing I do as a fashion designer, these are the steps I take in cutting the garments, making the garments ready, and marketing and doing all of that. So that by the time you grow and you now have individual people handling marketing or handling the sewing, you can just get them to go over those process, and then they can effectively execute. Tomorrow is going to be another session. We are going to be having effective team management. For sole proprietors, there's still you still need to manage yourself as the only team member, and so I want us to also see us in that session as well. Immediately after this meeting, we'll share the link for that session, and tomorrow, hopefully, we'll see you in that session as well. I'll still give a final opportunity for anyone who wants to ask any question. And so if there are no questions, then we can call it a day and we can get back to our businesses. Yeah, so that means we understand, we fully understand. Thank you, Emmanuel, for engaging. Thank you, Tululope, for engaging. Thank you, Tony, for also engaging. I think, and who has engaged during the session? At least you made the session interactive, which is something we look forward to. And so, because the idea is to be able to help you understand exactly how you can translate these sessions into your own business to drive, put in the structure, put in the systems, and then begin to grow. So once again, thank you everyone for coming. I'll see you all tomorrow, and bye-bye.
Thank you.
I say yes, Tululope. Thank you, Emmanuel, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I think we can, thank you, Tony. We can all exit the meeting and see you tomorrow. Let me record.